Okay, so here we are, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. A first for both of us as me, your lovable DM, Satanic Panic at the Dungeons and Dragons table, and my lovely player Stephanie.
What's up?
So let's go ahead and hear about this character you've created.
Well, first of all, definitely a massive work in progress. This is my first foray into into a 5th edition. So this is just like a tentative test, nothing final. I know how these things go, and this is not anything final. So, she is a tiefling. Her name is Vepar Grief. She is 4'11", is 17. She has wild, bright, salmon pink hair that reaches the middle of her back, and her eyes are completely covered. She prefers it that way. Don't mess with her hair. She can see just fine, thanks. She's also very well spoken, and she's very interested in the way the world works. So she studied alchemy and then got into Druidism. And that's basically all I have thus far.
So I think when we originally did, let me see here, we did This Is Your Life. Did we do This Is Your Life?
No.
Okay, so when we rolled it, when you were born on the ethereal plane.
Oops, hold on, let me write this down. Okay.
Your mother is human, and your father is a devil. Or what can be considered your father. We'll put it to you that way. So,
Alright.
While your human mother was pregnant with you, she showed all the signs, but when you were born on the ethereal plane, and then somehow you popped out into the material plane as a baby tiefling. Your father, by the way, is an imp.
Okay.
So he...
Is that why she's small?
Yes, that's exactly why. We can use that perfectly. You do not have any other siblings that you know of.
Okay.
Let's see here. You were raised as a mother and father household. Neither one of your parents were absent. You were actually lived quite comfortably. You were raised in a pretty small house. Let's see. Give me 3d6 roll.
Is this? Yes, I think. No?
Or you can... I was going to say, or you could
Give me one of those.
One of these myriad of D6s in front of me.
Remember, D6 is a regular fucking dice.
12. What's your charisma modifier? Let's see, we got you.
4.
12 plus 4. You had a few close friends and you lived an ordinary childhood. Wait, what did we say? 16?
Yes.
You always found it easy to make friends and loved being around people. Let's see, we already settled on the sage background.
So, likes being around people.
So give me a D6 roll.
Hold on a second. too.
You found a place amongst a group of druids after you fled from a catastrophe.
Uh-oh.
Basically, it became known that your mother was harboring a devil, even though one that was not really, actively like, hey kid, would you like to sell your soul for this stack of coins, or, I can give you these few spell scrolls I'm able to produce, in case, you ever need it, I'll just ask you for a favor later.
So catastrophe was that basically people found out that her mom was her mom.
That your mom was harboring a devil. It became known that there was an imp. And the townsfolk did not take very kindly to that.
Alright.
Because let's see. You're how old right now?
17.
17. So you only have space for. Give me 1d100 roll. Which would be the percentile dice. If you remember how to do that.
Yes. This one and then this one, right?
Yes.
70.
You spend time working as an alchemist once you came out of the forest as it was and re-entered society. Add 2d6 worth of gold to your starting amount. So we'll go ahead and say that's 12 gold pieces. So instead of the 10, you have 22 gold pieces. By the way, those that are listening, that are wondering how we are coming up with these events, if you are not familiar with 5th edition, we are looking at the Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and we have also, we really haven't used anything from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So those are the two books that we are basically looking at here. So give me another percentile dice roll. What is that, a 68?
Yeah, we're gonna call it 68 because it looks like a 6 from my side.
The last time you went adventuring, you were frightened by something you encountered and ran away, abandoning your companions to their fate.
Oh, that's fucking great.
So.
Okay, last time.
So I think that is pretty much it. And we are on to our beginning.
So, I won't ever leave anyone in danger, but she ran away.
Yep, it's your great hidden shame. So that's one thing you can work to overcome as a character, if you ever encounter it again. Now I couldn't remember, but I could swear one of the books has.
Well, I'm sure that's not going to be a dramatic plot point later on.
Oh, who knows?
You left us.
You left us. We all died.
Horrible death, so grisly.
We all became we all became mind flayers, and now we're here to eat your brain. Like, oh my god, seriously? I effing hate you people to begin with. There's a reason why I kicked you down that well. Okay, so...
Oh my god.
Subsequently, your quiet life in the city of Red Roof is disturbed one day, quite early before your shop even opens up, by an insistent pounding on the door.
Oh, Jesus.
And I mean, it's like the kind of pounding on the door, like
Oh,
only what you could guess would be a child-sized hand.
Am I already awake or am I still in bed?
That is up for you to determine.
Okay, so she's definitely still in bed.
So if you are still in bed, then...
Well, maybe it's like making the bell on the door tingle.
Oh no, this is full on. I'm pounding on your door.
Alright, maybe she does hear it. But at first she's like, what the hell is that? So she, makes sure she's wearing clothes before she goes down the stairs to answer the door. And, if she's going to peek through the curtain to see what the hell that is. It's pounding on the door.
So, where are the windows positioned? Like, to, like, where you can see?
So, like, if it was... I can draw you a picture.
If it was, like, a kid.
Well, then it would be even... She would be even more like, what the hell about it? Because if it's a door... And, like, the window's up here, where it's, like, about halfway.
Oh, no, then you definitely...
And then, there's, like little curtains.
Like a halfway
doorknob and,
window?
like, a bell. Yeah.
No, you can't see who this is, then.
Alright, so first order of business is to unlock the door and try to see what the hell's going on. But, like, she doesn't throw the door open.
Is it
She
more...
quietly unlocks the door and, like... very quietly turns the doorknob to peek.
So, like, in order to see who it is, you're gonna have to open the door more than, like, an eyeball's worth.
Damn. Alright. So, she opens up the door a little bit more.
So, as you do, just that little bit, like, to be able to get an eyeball in, like... You feel something brush against the door, and it's like a foot worth of, like, space now. And, like, somebody's like, thanks for opening the door finally. And you smell the smell of smoke. Like somebody is smoking something.
What?
And when you look down, there's a tiny little imp.
What do you want?
Because, letter for you.
Alright, I guess you'll open the door up a little bit more, but he's definitely not invited inside.
Oh no, he's already inside.
Oh, damn.
He was inside before you even knew what was going on.
Oh, great.
He's like the cat that you're trying... He was like the cat you try to keep from escaping out of your house.
Great.
Except in reverse.
It's like, no, I will be in this house.
I will be in this house. Brow is all I have to say to you, human.
Alright, so you have a letter for me. Who's it from? Do you know?
And he goes, oh no, that's the fun part for you to figure out.
Okay.
And he hands the letter to you.
What's the envelope look like?
So the envelope is like black paper.
Uh-huh.
And it's sealed with a wax seal that you are vaguely familiar with. You've seen it before, but you don't quite know where to place it.
Spooky. I guess I'll open it up then.
So when you open it up, there's the smell of brimstone and sulfur.
Oh, God!
So when you do, the paper turns into a mouth, kind of like Harry Potter.
Oh, jeez.
And it goes, hello, daughter, I've been trying to find you forever. He goes, I am actually in a city called Ophmaria, where I have taken up residence, and I Hope to see you soon. I have sent you this letter by way of imp. Please do not tip him. And if he forces his way into your house, just shoo him outside with a broom.
All right.
And then it folds back up into a letter, and the imp looks and goes, no. No need for the broom.
Okay.
Opens the door and closes the door behind him.
Okay, so do I have what I have? Like, what kind of, do I have books in my house? Well, I mean, if I have an alchemy shop, obviously I have books. But would I have anything that would have, like, a map so I could figure out where this place is? Or am I going to have to, like, attempt to find a map of this place?
So the best way to find, like, a map of wherever this place is to actually go visit one of the sages that live inside, like, the village.
Okay. So that's on the to-do list. I guess I'm not going to open up shop today. So her main action is to be prepared for the day and then go and figure out how she's going to determine where this place is and if it would be even be feasible to go there.
Okay. So...
And then along with, like, taking inventory of, like, can I do this? Or, you know.
So, as you're questioning this, like, you realize that, you still smell that burning smell. And sitting outside on the window sills is that imp.
Oh. Maybe I do need to get the broom. So I guess I'll go talk to him and see what's up.
So when you come outside and are you wielding a broom or no broom?
No broom for now. I'm trying to be peaceful.
So when he sees you, he goes, oh, wait a second. I should probably make myself look better. Or I should probably look more ordinary. He goes, wait a second. Are you a spellcaster?
Yes.
Goes, oh, okay, 1 second. And, like, he goes, and then he turns into a cat.
Oh, what kind of cat is he? Is he a void cat?
So, no, he's not a void cat, but, or rather the imp, I should stop saying he.
Mm-hmm.
Although he did use a masculine voice when he spoke to you, so he turns into a cat. Wow, actually, it doesn't let them turn into a cat in 5th edition. So, okay, so instead he turns into a raven.
Alright, cool.
Why doesn't let him turn into a cat? I'm used to them turning into a cat. Maybe it's no longer an option for just whatever reason.
They were like, no more imps turning into cats. That's not allowed.
You know what? Fuck it. He's a cat. He's
a
cat. So he's a black cat.
Alright.
Big green eyes.
Is he fluffy?
Not fluffy.
Aww.
He's like that skinny cat.
Well, that's okay.
That skinny cat that looks at you and goes, yes, you will pet me.
Don't mind this cat hair all over your white sofa.
Oh, that's every cat you ever loved. He looks at you, and he goes, by the way, I'm Ned Artgrief.
So...
No, I'm not related to you.
Okay.
He goes, I'm a vassal of your father's. And he goes, and yes, I do know the way.
Alright, cool. Give me 1 second. Sorry for all my note-taking, but this is important.
Note-taking.
Alright. Oh, well, pleased to meet you. So how do we... my first question for you is, where is this place? Like, is it like on a different continent? Is it simply in a different area? Like, what kind of travel are we speaking of here? Is it going to be like, oh, well, this is going to take 3 months and you're going to have to kill a bunch of stuff, and then you're also going to try to like take a boat, but the boat gets commandeered, and then like 3 years later I finally show up? Is it that kind of trip, or is this going to be like a relatively like, okay, we go here, we do this, and now we are here?
Well, reach into your bag.
What do I pull out?
So when you reach into your bag, like, you feel your fingers grasp around what?
It's going to be the blank masquerade mask.
Okay. So you have the strong urge to put it on.
She has to first lift up the bangs, and then, like, she can put it on.
So when you put it on, like, all of a sudden, like, when you close your eyes and it's dark, like, all of a sudden, like, you're in a alleyway where it's like dark and you're like looking into a street full of people, and they're all wearing masks and everything.
I mean, her first knee-jerk reaction would be to take it off, but, like, obviously that's not an option. So I guess she'll try to like look around to see if she can figure out where she is.
So Nadar is still with you. So Nadar says, no, like, he goes, yeah, you can take the mask off.
Oh, well, I guess I take it off then.
He goes, it's called a shortcut across the multiverse.
So where are we?
So your father, after he was chased off, he ended up being killed. And then he went back to hell, and he found a way to basically get himself summoned again. He figured out how to dupe the magician that had summoned him so that he was able to basically gain his freedom, and he has quite a small cult going, by the way. So he's living pretty large. I mean, you know. He goes, enough to have summoned me. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nothing fancy. I'm just an imp. But, you know, I mean, from the way he's going, I mean, pretty soon, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a promotion. He goes, oh, anyways, just follow me.
All right, cool.
So, like, as you're, like, walking down the streets and everything, you notice, like, there's, compared to the village that you were raised in, and then, like, the village where you set up shop, there's a lot more races than what you have ever seen before. I mean, to the point where it's kind of like, okay, I don't really feel out of place and I'm not being stared at. One of those type of things.
Where you blend right in.
Where you just blend right in, nobody stares at you. Everybody's somebody.
All right. So, are there any street signs or anything, or is it just?
So one of the weird things that you are noticing about this place, like, you didn't even you off Maria, like, you notice that there are no street signs.
That's really weird.
That instead, the area that you seem to be walking through, there are huge walls in the distance, and just the area that you're in is full of, like, open market shops. There's, like, carts, stalls, tents, booths, and there's, like, beings everywhere walking around. And one of the things that you really don't notice is that you don't see, you know, like, any devils or anything like that. You do see that there are a few tieflings, but not enough to where it's like, oh, look, a tiefling. Oh, look, a tiefling. So, I mean, it's enough to make you feel comfortable.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess as we're walking, I'd be keeping an eye out to see if there's anything interesting.
Now, by interesting, you'd have to. There are lots of interesting things because this is one of the things that you're quickly noticing is that, even with a 15-minute walk, you're still not to the end of this big, huge maze of,
Oh, jeez.
of tents and booths and people. In
All right.
fact, Nadar turns around and he hops up on your shoulder and he's like, "Yeah, I think I should probably stay on your shoulder so you don't get lost.
Yeah.
Because I'll just give you the directions as we go along."
Okay. So I guess I'd kind of like, I wouldn't really walk fast, but it would be more like with purpose, I suppose.
So, I'm trying to find one that doesn't have like an ocean sound in the background. I guess there is nothing like that. Huh, that's so weird. But as you're walking through it, you finally do see like the end of just like this ridiculous, huge area of like just meandering booths and tents and stalls and everything, like I was saying. And you're suddenly greeted by this huge like wall of buildings. Like they're taller than any of the other buildings that you've ever seen like in your life. I mean, in a normal, fantasy setting, people talk about giant towers and stuff. But like these are apartment complex buildings. They're built like 12 and 13 and 14 stories tall to where they have staircases built in between them that are stone. Some have like little ladders and stuff that just come out of windows randomly, towards the bottom. Others have like walkways about halfway. So I mean, it's a whole mismatch.
Holy shit.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, this district is known as the Pipe." He goes, "This is mostly working people and everything." He goes, "But we're just gonna walk through here."
Okay.
So
yeah. I'm just gonna shuffle on forward then.
So his directions don't actually lead you in there; it leads you along it.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that as you're walking along, it is indeed shaped somewhat like a pipe, because at a certain point you like hit a corner, and then you have to take a right and then another left. And then once you're up beyond that, he points with his tail at this giant 12-story octagon building. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's where we're going."
Okay. I guess I'll head over there then.
Okay. He goes, "Oh yeah, you can take the stairs up to the 8th floor."
Oh, okay. Start climbing that. Do I? So, am I inside of the building, or am I just like
Yeah,
on the outside?
You're inside a big, huge, like when you follow his instructions, the staircase is actually like a giant spiral staircase around the inside of the building. So like you notice like there's a tree and like there's an open eye all the way at the top.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, this is very cool. Secondly, all right, let's go.
The stairs are marble stone and metal handrails, petrified wood for the handles, and then every other landing you see a door. So when you get to the 8th one, there's a plaque that says Adventurers Guild, please acquire within. And it lists like hours, 2 bells to 8 bells.
All right. I guess I'll go in.
Okay. So when you go in, like all of a sudden, you're face to face with a woman sitting at a desk. This woman is a small drow elf.
Hey there.
And she is smoking a cigar with one of those giant Marilyn Monroe cigarette holders. She looks at you and goes, do you have an appointment?
No, I was led here by,
Nadar goes, oh my god, here, let me get you through the help. So he jumps down off your shoulder onto her desk and turns back into an imp. And she goes, Nadar, why am I not surprised? She goes, so what's the deal this time? And he goes, oh, this is the master's daughter. She goes, oh, well, let me have you rung in. So she turns around and pulls a rope, and it opens the door across the room from you. Which you did not actually notice was there because it was a curtain a few minutes ago. She goes, go right in.
Oh, okay. So, she'll head over there, a little bit nervous, because, like, what? This is all happening very quickly, but she's already here, so she's gonna do it.
So when you go into the room, there is not an imp sitting behind the desk. Where is the... I'm looking for the picture of it, but I guess that we are not going to get a picture. I'm having my own moment here with this new system for Dungeons and Dragons.
Don't worry, when we figure this out, it'll be great.
I know. So instead, sitting behind the desk, there is this greenish-gray being that's covered in barbs. He has a long pointed ears, a pointed nose, and beady black eyes.
Is there a picture over there?
Let me come there is
to you.
Indeed.
Whoa. Wow. That's terrifying.
And he looks at you, and he goes, it's so good to see you again.
Hey.
He goes, the last time you saw me, I was an imp. And he goes, that was quite a few years ago. And he goes, Nadar, didn't I send you out a job like 2 years ago? And he looks at you and looks at him and goes, 1.5 years, boss? He's like, oh, well, you're here now.
Hi.
He goes, so, tell me, are you bored with your life right now?
I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, I do have some friends. I mean, I have, like, a life. I'm not just there all holed up in a little alchemy shop being like, let's make 5 gold today. You know, like, I do have, like, a life and stuff going on and, like, a hustle.
Okay. Well, I just figured I'd ask what you have going on. Figure, what all the deal is.
The same stuff every day.
Alrighty,
You wake up at, like, 6 a.m., you eat something, you open up the shop by 8, and you stand there behind the desk staring outside, and everybody just kind of living their life, and you're just right here. Sometimes you stop and you make a couple potions to put up for sale. Sometimes somebody comes in. Sometimes they just shuffle past. And you're just standing there like, hello? I've even tried selling flowers and that doesn't work sometimes. They're not like the prettiest flowers, but they're still flowers. People like flowers, right?
Well, I mean...
Anyway,
yeah. So when is the last time you've seen your mother?
It's been quite a while. Has it been quite a while?
It has been quite a while as your DM. In fact, since the catastrophe has happened, you have not seen her.
How long ago was the catastrophe?
So let's see, you're 18?
17.
17? So it would have been when you were about 7. It's been about 10 years.
Oh, okay, that's a lot further than I thought. Yeah, the last time I saw her, I was being chased out of town. At first she was like, just go. And then people saw me and they chased me until I dug a hole in the ground and hid.
So, the reason why I'm asking is now that I have you with me, I'm going to try to cast a spell again here in a day or two and try to find her. And because I was only able to find you, I'm worried that maybe I need someone else who has a tie to her to help me cast the spell.
Okay.
So, I have a room and everything arranged for you. Get yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Take care of all those mortal needs that you have, and come see me when you are ready.
Okay. Just give me directions to the place, and
He
I'll
goes,
be
oh,
there.
oh, Nadar will show you.
Okay. Cool.
He goes, by the way, Nadar's your servant now.
Oh, yay!
Nadar looks at him and goes, boss? He goes, no. Because I'm a spined devil now. I have other imps that I have to maintain. Nadar, you're
You're gonna be stuck in kitty mode, my friend. Let's go.
you know what to do. Keep her out of trouble and protect her. He goes, righto, boss. He goes, well, I guess you're taking the bedroom then.
Yep.
So he leads you along the way, and you notice that there are no doors. There are actually curtains everywhere.
Mm.
So that way you don't have it. They don't have to open doors.
Yeah.
Small creatures, can be able to be servants and footmen without it being a problem. So he leads you to a very nice 4-post bedroom. It's a big, huge bed, practically fills the whole room.
Holy shit.
There's like a change of clothes that you can be able to do. You can be able to take a bath and everything. Whatever you really feel like doing.
All right. The first thing I'm gonna do is take a look around in the room and see what kind of clothes are they? Are they just like?
They're really nice robes and everything. Most of them are black.
Ooh.
Black robes, black dresses, and then matching apparel for underwear and everything. Selection of boots, shoes, belts.
Yeah.
Belts with pouches, different pouches that can be able to slip on them and everything.
All right.
Because, it's even one of those things to, where you could be able to sit there and take most of your druidic, objects and stuff and put them into these pouches so you're not having to carry as much in your backpack.
Very tempting. I'm gonna have to get on that pretty soon, but I don't want to do it in front of his, the servant, because then it's like, oh yeah, let me just have a stark reminder that I was basically raised in the wild by raiding all of these pouches and keeping them all. No, I'll do that in private like a normal human person.
Like a normal human being.